Erica. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, first I'd like to thank the fans coming out here tonight. You know, on this evening, never easy to making a trip down into Chester when it's raining and miserable like that. So credit to the fans who came out. So we really appreciate that. Yeah, we knew from the last time out against Indy that these games are no walkovers, and you know, we wanted to set ourselves a challenge to make sure, you know, in the stretch that we're in to get the job done in 90. And I think you know, there was a real professionalism about the way we went about the game. You know, happy to see 4 different goal scorers on the goal scoring sheet here. Got a couple of guys, some different looks and some different runs. So yeah, all in all, a good performance, and got the job done.
Bradley, what did you make of Bruno, the overall performance, and then him in a more unique role than what he's played in, with not another true striker up there with him to be able to play on his own and in the system you guys threw out there tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. You know, I thought at times when we, you know, flooded their sort of between the lines in and around their sixes, and that's why we intentionally put like India a little deeper. And when we did play forward vertical in the first half, I thought we did hurt them. I'd have liked to have seen more of that, like we did show in the second half, because there were spaces to play through the lines. I thought we progressively got better throughout the game. But Bruno's difficult to play against. He puts his body about and he commits to the team, whether he's playing with a 2-striker up top. And I wouldn't say it's unusual that way that we've played. We've done Ty Baribo in that floating role in the 10 as well. So, you know, I wouldn't say it's all too new to Bruno's role tonight.
In terms of the emotional side of it, to get that second goal right before halftime, it seems like after the penalty, things were a little stagnant on both ends. How important was to get that second before half and get that little boost?
It was massive. Yeah, it was massive. That's what we said. And we get the third as well, to go 3-0 up. And yeah, we knew when they made changes, we wanted to bring our guys on as well, just to get some fresh legs on there and just to rotate a little bit more. And Garcia rips one in the top corner. So we knew about him coming into the game, and we know he's dangerous on set pieces when he draws inside. And, you know, I can kick myself for, you know, yeah, I'm asking myself questions. Could we have got the message out there? You know, force him outside, keep him wide. But credit to them. You know, they made a game of it. They never gave up.
Bradley, what did you make of Jesus taking this opportunity to get some minutes? I think he had the pass that sets up the circle, maybe?
Yeah, incredible. I mean, it was an excellent play through the lines, and it went really quickly. And that's some of the things that we said at halftime. Can we accelerate the game? Can we play quickly and vertical? And I think Chuchu has been training well. Every time we've called upon him, he's done really well. So I'm happy for the pathway that he's trending towards right now. You know, and he's embraced this type of a role. He knows he's got some sixes in front of him that, you know, are setting high competition and high standards right now. So there's 2 ways to go about it. You can fold, right, and you know, wait for your national team or wait for games to happen or injuries to happen. But he's training hard and he's competing every single day, and I think that's why, you know, Jovan and Danley are playing at the level they are, because he's being pushed. They are being pushed by Chuchu. Yeah.
This is the second straight game where you guys have had a penalty. Obviously, when Daniel was here, he took pretty much all of them. What's that process from your managerial perspective?
Yeah.
What's your advising of the guys out there in terms of who takes that?
Yeah, Bruno was the designated penalty taker today. Yeah.
So there's something that's designated before the game rather than having the guys kind of figure it out themselves.
There's a little like a club on the side, you know, a little union, penalty taker union. They've got a couple in there at the moment. And listen, in the last penalty with Ty Baribo, in the phase and in the form Ty finds himself in, you know, we said to Bruno, we're just going to support Ty. But Bruno knew that he's the designated penalty taker, and I told him if we get another penalty, he would be the one. And that just showed what a teammate, you know, and the spirit that we have in and around the locker room right now, that Bruno wasn't hard done by in terms of like giving up the chance to take a penalty. I'm glad we got one tonight that he could take his.
When a team makes a cup run, it livens up the fan base, it livens up the locker room. One of your old clubs playing for a trophy on Saturday for the first time in a long time in Stuttgart. And sometimes in a team like that, they might be having an off season, and a cup run is what livens the place up. But this year, the team's in first place, and they're doing this. What's the mood in the locker room, and what role does this play in?
I think it's serious. Like I said like we spoke about it, serious fun. You know, we want guys to express themselves. We want them to play free and fluid and be flexible, but also within the principles that we've defined ourselves by. And you know, credit to Ale Bedoya. Like, we spoke in a team meeting the other day, and he was like, guys, we don't care who's on the field. We care about the principles, you know, how we play. And that was massive, because that was a big turning moment for us as a coaching staff, that, you know, Ale Bedoya speaks now about the principles of how we play, and everyone's embraced the style of play. And it's pretty fun to be part of, you know. And when you have momentum and you have the schedule that we've had, when you rotate all the players that you do, and everyone feels, you know, confident, ready, excited, you know, and there's so many good things now trending in the right way. So now it's up to us to keep on setting those standards and pushing the levels, and to see how far we can take them.
And the Quinn Cabin duo, tonight was the first time they've started together for the first team. They're on opposite sides of the field and whatnot, but how did you think that progressed? I don't think chemistry was an issue, but how do you think it played out?
Yeah, I think it was good. I really enjoyed when Cabin came through the middle. Towards the end, we pushed him through the middle. I looked at the staff. I was like, he's pretty impactful through the middle there. So, you know, these are moments for us to see what he can do. And I would like to have got him a goal as well tonight. And you could see he was really motivated and pushing for one. So, you know, his time will come. But yeah, it's exciting to see, you know, Kevin progress and develop, supported by Quinn. Quinn's doing great things on his own. But it's fun watching them play out there.
Bradley, just wanted to get your thoughts on Ben Bender's minutes tonight. How's he catching up with the rest of the team?
Yeah, good. We spent, you know, a couple of, I would say the better part of an hour today before anyone arrived here. We went through stylistically. You know, the schedules have been so jam-packed, and Ben arrived. We've been getting up to speed fitness levels on the field, and sort of like trying to get him coaching by the principles on the field. Today was the first time that we could actually sit him down and go through stylistically what we do. So we went through all our philosophy slides and everything video-wise to show what, you know, the sort of job profile is in the striker role, as well as in those 10s role that we put him in tonight. And I thought he had a good couple of clean touches in there. He secured possession a few times, and, you know, he's still looking to gain fitness and strength as well. So we play at a different intensity, a different, you know, and he knows that he needs to, you know, get a little bit stronger and a little bit more, I would say, sturdy within our style of play.
So, Bradley, what are some of the main things you can take away from tonight going into Saturday? Yeah,
I mean, we can't underestimate any opponent, and you know, when we play here at Subaru Park, that we're in control of what we do here. And sometimes, you know, we let the opponent, you know, slow the game down and what have you, and it's easy to fall into that trap. But it's important for us to stay on the gas, and that's the only way we can play, by forcing mistakes. And the more we do that, the more chances we create, the more you know, the opponent gets stressed, and the more stress we can put on the opponent, the more joy we can have in the attacking transitions.
Bradley, was there any thought going into with Saturday ahead, with the center back specifically, maybe taking them off early? Was that part of the...
Yeah, I think we've run into like 6 games of where we are with minutes and rotations. We know Frankie Westfield was pretty high. We know Nate was pretty high. We know Kai Wagner's pretty high. Jacob was on the bench the last game in Atlanta. So, you know, we feel that we've mitigated this stretch pretty well, knock on wood, without any major hassles or concerns. So, yeah, I think at the moment, you know, it looks like we've done everything the right way. We defended high, so, you know, we didn't really have big distances and tracking. You know, they didn't shift the play too many times. I felt the center backs managed that pretty well.
Thank you very much, man.